Go through all 59 of the KoKo and Claire Builders. Hey everyone, it's Talia here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. We are going to make a palette today. I thought I would make a whole video putting together one of these palettes. I made two of these different palettes already. This one with the fusion paints. I made this one out of the Beamy leaf gels. And I want to make one out of the KoKo and Claire Builders because I do reach for these all of the time. I love working with these for layering, for marbling, for honestly, there's so many uses for this. I'm contemplating doing a workshop on like how to use these builders because I don't use these for a builder in a bottle on human fingers like I believe they were designed to. I use them for art all the time. They are some of my go-to products for nail art. I thought I would put together a video setting one of these palettes up using these so that we can go through all the different colors. Now, this is not all of the builders that they have. This is 40 of them. So I'll go through all 59 of the KoKo and Claire Builders, but we're only going to put 40 in our palette here. So
now the first palette that I bought, all these little magnets were already put on the bottom of them, but the link that I'll leave in the description box, you're going to have to put the magnets on, which is just a little time consuming, but I'm going to put the numbers of the gel polish in numerical order as I go through them here, and you're going to notice that some of them are thicker in consistency than others, and this is just going to depend on the types of pigments that are put into the builders. Some of the builders have glitters in them, some of them are just creamy, and some of them are a little bit thicker to the point that you need to work with them a little bit thinner. So I will chat you through all of them. You're also going to notice some that are basically empty, and that's because I have used them so much, so you'll get a good idea of some of my favorites here. So these first three here were launched together in a collection, and they have a little bit of chunkier glitters with them, so they are a little bit thicker in consistency. Another thing you can do with these builders, you can just paint them on the nail as well, which you guys will see me do that quite often, just paint it as a base. I really like working with see-through milky bases. However, it might be a little frustrating because it's not going to move like other gel polishes. It is a builder consistency. So this one here, Cali, I really like this shade. It is a beautiful like brighter orange type of color. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of this one. Same thing with Willow. This one was launched in a similar collection. It is a great like neutral light pink base here, and the next one, May, is a hands down staple in my collection. So it is a milky white gel polish, which I know I personally use all the time. However, it has that thicker builder consistency, so it's excellent for marbling. Now these next six, I will be sure to link the video where I originally talked about these when they launched, but they are pastel. And when they first launched, I was kind of thinking, okay, what am I going to do with all of these see-through milky colors? But this collection is what really launched my love for these builders from KoKo and Claire. As you can see, they are just a beautiful pastel shade of builder color here. This purple one is just so beautiful. I've marbled so many different things with it. This one, Breezy, is a staple in my collection for ocean nails, mermaid nails, even like cloud or sky type of nails. And you guys have seen Pistachio if you've followed me for a while for a really fun ocean set of nails too. So if I was going to recommend like one collection to kind of start out with, it would be these six in this pastel version here. This next one, To the Moon, which was in that collection too, I desperately need a new bottle of it because it works great for like smoky marble type of looks. I have a couple tutorials up using this one too. You guys will find when I'm recommending products that, yeah, I love colors, but I'm going to recommend a lot of neutrals to you as well. Truffle was also launched in that collection. It's more of like a peachy orange. As you can see, I've also used a lot of this one. I could probably replace this entire collection because it is just that much of a staple in mine. This color, Moon Glow, is a white, milky, like more glass type of color than say that May color, which is definitely like a white, but it's got really fine flecks, and you're going to see more of the Moon Glows coming up soon. This one, Rose All Day, is a nice like rosy peach shade with flecks of like gold glitter in it. This one I always think of for like spring and summer coming up here. And then this next one here, Petal, is a really nice soft light pink one. I've actually used this one a lot. A Little Lavender is an off-white color in like a slight purple tone. And then this one mixed with that Charmed Builder that I talked about is just so beautiful, like if you marble it together. This Peaceful one is a great like light kind of background color. So a lot of these more like pinky toned ones work fantastic as backgrounds for French nails. Again, they look great on their own too, and they're amazing for art. So super, super versatile, these kind of like see-through-y type of shades. Some of these ones that have a little bit more of like a brown tinge to them, I actually haven't used them as much, and this video is reminding me that I should get on working with them. Grateful for Me is a nice like lighter peachy type of shade, and then we are starting to get into some of more of the fall tones. I believe all of these next few like 6 or 7 were released in a fall collection here, and these ones are a little bit more pigmented than some of the ones that you have seen previously here. So if you are going to be working on say like a gel manicure with this, an overlay, you want to make sure you're doing like a thin coat down and you're working in thinner layers for any of the ones that have a little bit more pigments to them, because you don't want to have any issues with them curing. They're still like a milky consistency, but as you can see, they do have a little bit more pigments. Midnight, a staple in my collection. This one paired with that Breezy that you can see in the top left corner there, fantastic for ocean nails. I work with those ones together all the time. This Spice Berry, I wore this one for like a fall time when they first launched, and it is a stunning like maroon milky type of color. And this was the last shade that was launched in like that fall type of collection. It is a purple color. Again, I love marbling with this. You guys are going to hear this all the time, but this one actually looks great with flakes. Like you would put it down and then you would go in with a couple flakes on top of it, just that pop of that darker background. You're going to see a couple more moon glows here. So this one is a pink moon glow. The other one that I showed you previously was a white one. So this one has really, really fine flecks of glitter in it. It's actually very similar to that last pink one that you can see in the left bottom corner, which is called Petal. These two are very, very similar, which is good because I'm just about out of the Petal one. So this one is a nude moon glow. So again, it's more of like a peachy type of shade. I wouldn't actually call it like a neutral. It's got more peach tones to it, but it also has flecks of gold glitter in it, and it is very similar to the Rosé All Day. Super, super similar to that one. So this one is Moon Glow, but it is mint, which the flecks of glitter that are in this have like a slight green tinge to them. So a really good variety of some fine sparkle builders as well. These next 7 builders were released recently, I believe either in the fall or winter of this past year. I don't have a separate video up on these, but these ones are a little bit more pigmented than any of the other builders that I've shared with you in this collection. So if you're going to work with any of these, make sure that you are working nice and thin. I love this green one. It is just so, so beautiful. I think green is just such an underrated color. There's actually so much that you can do with green that's not like ugly. Like green is just such a staple in my collection. I work with it all the time. But this Secret Kiss color is more of like a brighter red for, let's say, summer coming up here, like that perfect picnic type of red. And then they also had a deeper red that was launched in this collection too. I know they're more boring, but neutral colors like this one are just some of my staples. I love that it is a creamy color. That way, if you're using it as like a background, you're not going to have that stark white shade. I reach for those type of shades all the time. Another blue one here. This one is Moody Blue, and it's a little bit more of a denim shade, but mixed with some of the other blue ones that I've shared with you, it is just beautiful. We are going to see a couple more of like your traditional type of colors that you would use as a background with a French. This one, Spa Day, it is very similar to KoKo and Claire's Spa that they have. However, it is like a builder consistency. And then we have this one here, which is Soothe My Soul. And you can tell that I have used a lot of this one because it is great for backgrounds with, say, French nails. Salt Glow, the absolute most staple in my collection. This is just such a stunning light pink for backgrounds of Frenches or backgrounds of nail designs. I, as you can see, have used a ton of this, and it was just recently released. That was the 40 that I decided to put in the palette. I still have 19 more to share with you, but I did want to address one question that I get all the time, is whether or not these are going to harden in here. The only way they're going to harden in here is if they are exposed to like sunlight coming in through my window, or they get cured by my lamp, so they will not like air dry out. So some of the ones that I did not put in this palette, these really sparkly ones here, all launched in a summer collection together. They are a builder consistency, but they also have a reflective sparkle to them them too. And if you've worked with reflective glitters before, you know how sparkly these are when you shine like light on them. They are perfect for summertime. They're perfect for fruit nails. I really, really like these. The reflective glitter that is added to these though does make them a little bit thicker. So I tend to just use them as backgrounds versus with art, which is kind of what I wanted this palette to be. Now this next little grouping here, these were launched very recently and they are beautiful. They are a milky consistency as the base, and then they have flecks of flakes and really fine glitters in them. I have talked about this one coming up here soon called Glamorous many times. It was featured in a favorites video, I believe, or I mentioned it in a vlog. This one here, it is just so perfect for backgrounds, especially for like wintertime. And then these last three here actually are limited edition and they glow in the dark. So they are super, super bright, and then they have that really fun aspect that they glow in the dark to it as well. I really, really like this purple one here. So I hope you guys enjoyed putting this palette together. I hope it gave you an idea of some of the different builders that KoKo and Claire offers. And out of all of the different brands that I have tried for builder gels, I love that KoKo and Claire keeps launching unique colors. It's not just all pinks. So these are super, super versatile, and you can get them, most of them you should be able to, at DK Beauty as well. And I do have a discount code for you guys. But if you guys want to see a workshop using these, comment below and let me know, because I would love your feedback on that. There is just so much that you could do with these that I would want to put in a workshop to share with you guys. So make sure you're following me on all my social media, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!